In the heart of Providence, where dreams take flight, voices rise, a chorus of the night. We gather around with hearts full of hope to build a future where we all can cope. Let's listen deep to each other's plea, finding common ground. We'll never be free without understanding. Our voices fade. Together we can change what we've been made. Show the talk in the right direction. Guide the path with kindness and clarity. With every word, let's make a better nation. Let's build bridges, not just walls of division.
Hi, welcome back to the Old School Voters Podcast. My name is Mike English, and I'm your host. We're in front of Brown University, where the 11 children were shot, 2 were killed, and 9 were injured. All of the 9 kids were discharged from Rhode Island Hospital, thank God. Hopefully they're well in their way of recovery. I know it's going to take some time and maybe even years, both the physical and the mental, of this tragedy. They saw evil at its worst point. Providence police should have continued the investigation with the FBI, but I don't think the FBI was allowing them in their circle. I believe our classification of sanctuary city plus refusal of helping with ICE on any level created that barrier and made it very hard for the 2 agencies to work together. That's just not right for these children at Brown University or anybody else. We should be able to actually confront any issue at any time with the FBI or any other agency, whether federal, state, or local. We should not have political bias in the police station. It should be to defend and serve our communities, period. Now, when Providence Police came in and started this, everybody said how great Smiley was. Well, it seemed like Brown University was running the show in a lot of places. The fact is, they started taking down people's names and faces on Brown University's Facebook, getting into an investigation. That's possibly criminal and should be looked at as a criminal activity. Brown University has no right to delete any files, whether it's of another student, of someone that they know, friends, families, whether they have immigration status or not. That's not their call. 9 people were shot and wounded, and 2 people were shot and killed. And whoever that person was, whether they were Americans, immigrants, or anybody else, we're deleting files that have possible suspects. Tells me that Brown University didn't care. And Providence Police allowed a large nonprofit organization that gets a lot of freebies out of the city of Providence to get away with bloody murder. We should have never allowed them to delete files on those computers. The Providence Police should have seized the control of those computers, however they did it, and no one should have deleted nothing. We should have a new method of a collaboration with Brown University and the Providence Police having the ability to tap into all their cameras right from the Providence Police Station. This is about securing the city of Providence, not just the students, and making sure that this never happens again. We also need to look at the protocols of calling other agencies like the National Guard into play, or the ability to do roadblocks and checkpoints. I know that they said it was unconstitutional for DWIs, but we should actually question that standing and see how we could change it so when it happens in Providence, we could lock down the city. When we don't, you know what happens? A professor at MIT got shot, killed, and left for dead, and still no one caught the suspect until he reached to New Hampshire. How many more people could have died if he really wanted to? He proved a lot. We let down a lot of people by not shutting everything down, not knowing where everybody was, and not giving a full alert throughout the city. Providence failed the city of Providence by not giving an alert, by cowardly saying that they had the intent not to do so because they wanted to keep students safe. It wasn't about keeping students safe. They were incompetent. He either forgot, didn't care, or didn't want to. Maybe it was bad publicity for Brown University. Who knows what their intention was? But the reality is when the marathon bomber happened, they put an alert out, and the people of the community were alert and said, "Hey, someone's in my boat." That's how they caught him. We need the same type of system, a police system, not a political system, in place in case of tragedy. We can't let this happen again. We can't drop the ball. We need to create better relationships with our federal partners to make sure that when we need them, they're there. So when they need us, we're there. And for anything that's in question about law, let the courts figure it out. Let Congress figure it out. Let your state senator and state rep figure it out. Let the cops figure out the law that they've been handed both by the Democrats and the Republicans throughout the years. Let them keep our city safe. Let us keep our schools safe. When we play politics and policing, people get hurt. People get lost in the system. We need to start listening to people. You know, Providence has this thing about humanity of leaving the homeless out in the cold because it's their constitutional right. Well, to me, it's not constitutionally right to leave someone in the freezing cold if you have other opportunities to do other things. But put that aside for a second. We thought the homeless was so irrelevant to the world that we didn't listen to them when they told us about the perpetrator. He was talking for days and no one was listening. We don't listen to our regular workers in our community either, because there was a worker on the campus that threw out an alarm on the person and no one questioned it. It means everybody thinks they're above the law and no one can do policing because they're not cops. Well, the best policing in a lot of ways is the community at large for what they see and hear, because you can't be everywhere at once. We think that helicopters can't help, I heard. It was wasted time. Well, how many cops do you think are going to get out of their car and look in the backyard? Because nobody was alerted that there was a mass shooter on the loose. So they're not looking. So the person that's running through all the backyards can't be seen by the cops because they can't just jump out and run through the yards, not even wondering where the person is. But a helicopter could have. They could have flown across and seen any strange movement within the grounds of the neighborhood. We failed on so many different levels, and Providence needs to really reevaluate the system, not just Brown University's security, but the Providence Police and the City Hall and even the City Council. This defund the police and then they all get there like they're for the cops and for the victims. Well, if you got your way, you would even have less approach to the situation. We shouldn't have had 50 cops on that day. We should have had 400 and something cops on that day. 30 something to patrol the regular areas of Providence like normal, and the rest to be on foot trying to figure out who the shooter was. It was very easy to manage this. The mayor supposedly has an MBA. He can manage multiple different programs in different departments, yet he can't think fast on his feet fast enough to make sure that the city of Providence is safe. We say that he did because he could talk. Well, good for him. He can talk. But why are we cheering him the day after at a game with the chief? For political points? When the guy got out of Rhode Island, went into Mass, killed an MIT professor, left Mass, and then killed himself, not caught, killed himself in New Hampshire. Where was the victory? I haven't seen it yet. Providence, let's wake up and let's call for accountability. Let's call for a real audit on the Brown University shooting within the city of Providence, not just Brown University. Brown University had problems. I give you that. But Brown University did not have the lead on this investigation. Matter of fact, no part after the cops came. Once the Providence police came, Brown security is that, just security. They're constables. They're not a police department that actually can go off and run a school shooter. They go for disorderly conduct and disruptions and other things that might happen within the campus. And for the most part, they usually get backup from the Providence police when arrest needs to be made. So this theory that we could just leave it to Brown to change their system and we're all good is failing for the next shooting. Because I'll tell you, if Providence doesn't confront this, there probably will be another shooter. If I become mayor, I am going to not only re-elect a new chief of police, but I am going to make sure that we create a plan of action in case this ever happens again. And if they do put a plan together, We're going to reevaluate that plan. And if we have to revamp it, we will revamp it. Because my mission is to make sure every person in Providence, Rhode Island is safe. Not think they're safe, that they're safe, physically safe. That Providence Police has got their back, and Providence Police will prevent lots of tragedy by seeing what's in the neighborhood. There will be a lot more foot patrol, a lot more getting to know our neighbors. Providence, we could do this together. My name is Mike English, and thank you for joining us on the Old School Voters Podcast. Till next time.